The question is, how do you grow your business bigger, faster, and cheaper? How do you create exponential growth in the age of disruption? This video is not for you if you haven't figured out what business that you should be in. This video is not for you if you're doing less than $100,000 a year in your business. You could skip this video. This video is for you if you're doing a few $100,000 a year and you want to break through that $1 million mark. Or you're doing a few $1 million a year, but you can never break through that $10 million mark. If that's the case, then I think you'll find this video extremely valuable. What I'm going to walk you through is a powerful framework that I share with my high-level advisory board members called Dragon 100. Dragon 100 is where I advise and consult with 7- and 8-figure entrepreneurs. So I call this the Dragon 100 path, and there are 9 stages. Stage number 1, you're what I call a dreamer. You're doing between $0 to $40,000 a year. Now, as a dreamer, your primary question is, how do I get started? What do I need to do, right? What is that big idea? What am I supposed to focus on? Your problem is lack of direction. You don't know what to focus on. You don't know what you're supposed to do. But your advantage and your opportunity is you've got nothing to lose because you're starting from scratch. You haven't built anything yet. So that's a great advantage. A breakthrough question that you could ask yourself is, where is the blue ocean? Where's that blue ocean? Where's that opportunity? Where's that need in the marketplace right now that's not being fulfilled? That I could be there, that I could stand out, that I could offer something that is completely different from everybody else. Where's that blue ocean? Stage number 1, dreamer. Stage number 2, from $40,000 to $100,000 a year, you are now a founder. The question that you ask yourself most of the time is, how could I survive? How could I pay the bills? How could I just make enough, right? You're in that survival mode. Your challenge would be lack of capital. You don't have enough capital, sufficient capital to grow. You don't have that yet. You're still trying to make ends meet. The opportunity that you have is you could fail fast and it doesn't cost you a lot of money. And you want to pivot fast. Fail fast and pivot fast. You want to get to that minimum viable product, MVP, as soon as possible. You want to get it going. A breakthrough question that you could ask yourself is, who could be my mentor? How could you find someone who's been there and done that and kind of show you the ropes so you don't have to pay a lot of dumb tax? So you don't have to figure out everything on your own, because that's very, very costly. Stage 3, from $100,000 to $300,000, you are now a technician. You're the doer in your business. A lot of small businesses fall under this category: self-employed professionals. Your focus day-to-day is, what do I need to do today? What do I need to get done, right? What fires do I need to put out? Very, very common. Your problem is lack of leads. You don't have that consistent lead flow that's coming in every single day. You don't have a system for that yet. The opportunity that you have, it's building that loyal customer base, making sure that your clients and customers, they're satisfied with your products or services. That's the key. That's what you need to focus on. That's the opportunity. And a breakthrough question that you could ask yourself is, how could I make that first profitable sale? And unless and until you have a predictable way of bringing in customers to the business, you don't have a business, you have an expensive hobby. When you can crack the code to making that first profitable sale, that means now you can buy customers. You can go onto social media, you can advertise, you could acquire, you can advertise and bring those customers in. But that's a key question. How do you acquire? How do you make that first profitable sale? When you can make the transition from the doer of your thing to a marketer of your thing, you will see a jump in your income. And that's when you transition to the next stage, stage number 4. You're now a marketer from $300,000 to $1 million a year. A very powerful question to ask when you are a marketer is, how could I sell more to my existing customer base? What else do they need? What's next? We have solved this problem for them. What is the next problem? What is the problem after? What's the next thing that I could offer to them? What other things I could offer to them? That should be your focus as a marketer if you want to break through the income ceiling. And that's where most entrepreneurs are stuck, even the good ones. They're very good at marketing their thing, but they don't understand what got you here won't get you there. They don't know how to transition to stage 5. At stage 5, you're doing between $1 million to $3 million a year. You are now an operator. Now, as an operator, your primary question is, how could I get more done? Because now you're running a business, you've got a team kind of going, maybe a small team, you're busy, right? You're selling, it's fine. But then you're kind of stuck and you don't know what to do next. It's not like you're a startup, but it's not that you're so big that there's a lot of profit left. So from the outside, you look pretty good. You've got a business that's doing a couple $1 million, but that's not enough. That's not giving you the freedom that you want. And you're a little bit stuck here. So as an operator, your challenge is lack of team. You don't have a competent team. So the opportunity is, how do you attract competent people who share your vision? Why would they want to come and work for you and join your team? That's a very important question to ask yourself and to be very, very honest with yourself. And if you don't want to be the one that is doing all the work, that's making all the decisions, a key question you have to ask yourself is, how do I apply process and procedure? How to apply that in my business? That's how you transition to stage 6. Stage 6, from $3 million to $10 million, you are now a leader. Congratulations, because most entrepreneurs never get to this level. Now, at this level, you're asking yourself, where can I find good people? Where can I find good people? Because you are growing, you're in hyper growth mode, right? There are so many things to be done, so many initiatives. You don't have enough good people to perform all those tasks. Your challenge is lack of leadership because no one taught you how to be a leader. You don't know how to lead. You are a good operator, and as good as you are operator, that doesn't automatically make you a leader. It's a very, very different skill. And yes, leadership, it is a skill set. So a very powerful question that you could ask is not, where can I find good people? It is this, how can I create an environment so that good people will want to join our team, to join our company? Now you think about it in a different way. How do you attract good people? Not just pursue, but how to attract them. And if you are good, you will transition to the next stage, a stage that very few entrepreneurs ever see. That is stage 7, a manager. That's correct. A manager is at a higher level than a leader. I know that's counterintuitive. Let me explain. Just stay with me. From $10 million to $30 million, you are now a manager. But now there's a problem. Now you've got a bigger team, right? Your problem is lack of transparency because now you have more people. And it would feel like, how come you have more people, but everything gets slower? Everything is not getting done as fast as when you had a smaller team, because now it's not just you as a CEO. Now you have layers and layers of communication. It's not just you to one person, it's you to one person, to the other person, to the other person. It's a different thing. So a very powerful question to ask is this: how can I create more leaders? You see, a leader takes effective action. They make effective decisions. But a manager, a great manager, creates more leaders. And that is what is going to get you to that next level. And that is stage number 8. From 30 million to 100 million, then now you are an innovator. Very few people ever get here. Very, very few. Chances are the question that you will ask yourself every day is, how can I empower my leadership team? Because now you have a leadership team. But your biggest problem is not growth. Your problem is something else. It's how could you sustain this business? It's one thing to be successful, and now you are successful, but then how do you keep it going? How do you stay successful? The opportunity that you have is now it's time to bring on a CEO or a COO to run your business. A breakthrough question that you could ask yourself is this: How can I stay in my zone of entrepreneurial genius so that you're creating, you're innovating, you're coming up with ideas and strategies, but you have a leadership team, you have a COO or CO running the day-to-day, running their business. So maybe you go out and start another business, right? Maybe you start another division. Now it's a different thing. Now, to me, you are a true entrepreneur. But there's one more stage, and that is stage number 9. And that is from 100 million and beyond. Now you are an acquirer. See, you asked a very different question. Now you're asking, what should I invest in? You've already got the money. Your business is working. The key is, how do you convert that profit into investments? And chances are you are the category king or queen in your industry. You are the big 800-pound gorilla. You are the leader in your industry if you're doing $100 million. Depends on your industry. You're doing well. You are doing good. But now the question is not so much growth and growing more and more, but it's, what's my legacy? What is my legacy? So those are the 9 stages within the Dragon 100 path. Comment below, where are you at now, and where you're stuck, and where do you want to be?
Dan's a force of nature.
He's improved, arguably millions of lives where they can provide themselves with more money. His materials are great, excellent. He's at the top of his game.
Everything he says has a purpose, and everything he does is done with heart.
What I've seen from Seafood Unlocked, I didn't see it from anyone else. He's done it, he's been there, and he's still doing it.
Because of the Unlocked, my revenue went 30% up.
I actually get like a clearer picture of how I should run my business. I can feel it that he really, truly want to help his students.
Started taking hold of more advanced strategies on building our brand, creating content, leveling up our team.
In an environment where I could actually be around people that were going to support that, encourage that, and hold me to a higher standard.
Dan is a great mentor to get you not only in the right frame of mind, but then to give you the know-how, the tools, the skills to get there.
If you will just follow his advice, go step by step according to his blueprint, you will achieve results more than you can imagine about.